welcome. We have another, well, it's not really a cross-ban list, but in preparation for BOSH coming out in, I guess, a month and a bit's time, we have got the very infamous Pepe on the left against what should be, for at least an interesting deck, Mermails. And this is going to be TCG format, and of course Breaker of Shadows legal. So starting off, we have Crobat getting a turtle, and then the activation of Monkey Board lets you draw, lets you add Wizard, and then on the addition of Wizard we have a Maxi. And of course, anyone who's been sort of paying attention to this format a little bit, trying to keep up with what's going to be coming soon, Maxi of course is extremely good card for this format. End phase set 2 with a Twin Twister discarding Juggler. That makes for a very quick game 1. So Twin Twister is going to be an absolutely fantastic card next set, especially with things like triple notices running around. Game 2 here, we have yet another drop of the Maxi on the activation of the scales. And this is, Maxi, of course, MVP. Like, it's going to force out a lot of thinking. It's going to force out, some decision making. That's, should I give my opponent +1 to make Dweller? These kind of things are probably going to come up quite often. But instead here we see the Summon of Neptibus getting noticed. But it's not really the end of the world having your Neptibus noticed, because Neptibus can send Dragoons as cost, and then obviously Dragoons will trigger to add the Sea Serpent. So still very possible to have some plays here regardless of what happens to your Neptibus. But in the end, just deciding to get Neptibus for another Neptibus and setting, do the same again next turn pretty much. Top deck of Twin Twister, hitting the bluff. I think it was a bluff. I think it was either a warning or notice. It was a solemn card anyway, and the bluffed scale. So as you can imagine, that scale thing is going to be, important for the Mermail OTK, for those of you who know the combo and stuff. And warning going to be used on 2 Pendulum Monsters. Warning, of course, again, absolutely fantastic card. Amazing against the Pendulum mechanic. Not so great just now, but it's only going to get better with time, considering how next set there's going to be a lot of traps running around. So traps are only really good if you have lots of them, but if you're just playing 1 or 2, chances are they're just going to get hit by Dragon Pit. Next set they're going to be hit by things like Twin Twister. So traps not that great, but I mean they are going to be pretty necessary post BOSH. Anyway, we see the summon of the Megalo, ditching 2 Atlanteans, but it's going to be bottomless. However, he's still going to get the effects, so he's going to pop a scale, get a sphere, and set 2 and pass. The EmEm player has been reduced to top decking somehow at this point. All he's got is a Trick Clown. But yeah, end phase, Lind, probably get Megalo. Yep, Megalo. And with this build, you're only going to be running 1 sphere, just because you don't want to play too many Mermails, because the Mermails aren't actually that good. It's Megalo's the best one, and then the Atlanteans and Diva, these are the dudes that do things for you. And of course TCG only has 1 Diva, and that one of Diva comes down now and gets solemn noticed. So yeah, not great. You see EmEm getting a top deck of Clash of the Draco Rivals. So what you do is you add 2 Draco cards from your deck to your hand. Well, your opponent selects one of them randomly, and then you can choose to either summon it or put it in your scale, and then the other one goes to the extra deck. So yeah, it's pretty much just like a Rota for Draco Slayer. Yeah, at least if you get lucky enough, you can do some really mad combos with it. See Castel being made, I think that gets Chaliced, and then it just crashes with Megalo. Chalice, of course, is being main because you want to be able to, if you're going second with Mermails, which you're always going to do, You know, you need to be able to negate that Infinity. You need to be able to negate that Rafflesia and stuff like that. And after a bit of a grind, Megalo, Mermail's taking it eventually. So we're all square just now, 1-1. Again, game 3 here, we have another Maxi. And this arguably is what's gonna, like, you know, be the deciding factor, is, you know, the hand traps. Because hand traps, of course, you know, especially if you're going second and, you know, you're not at risk for the battle phase, it makes your opponent, you know, think like, I can't push through here because obviously I don't get a battle phase. I don't want to give my opponent too many cards because, you know, he could make Dweller and let his opponent get like a +1 or 2 out of it, but probably not worth it. But depends on the hand. Like, if you make Dweller with no follow-up for next turn, then that's definitely not very good. But, you know, it's all these decisions that have to be made, and playing through Maxi on your first turn, probably not that great most of the time. Anyway, Megalo comes out, searching Sphere, triggering 2 Atlanteans, and it gets time spaced as well. So not really much to do except search that Sphere, attack with Neptibus, and pass. I don't know if you've noticed, but the deck is it's been quite slow, and that's really mostly to do with, well, EmEm's been a bit slow because of Maxi. Mermails have been fairly slow because of, like, I guess probably just Diva being at 1. I mean, you want to, like, OCG, you know, they open Diva and stuff, and like they were still getting shat on by EmEm. But here we have 1 Diva, and it's putting up a bit of a fight, indeed. So anyway, we see the Twin Twister forcing out the Sphere. At least I think that was probably what he was trying to do. Like, he knew it was a Sphere, so I'm sure he's got some kind of follow-up here. Yeah. So that's essentially, yeah, he was just trying to force out the Sphere to, like, get that Mermell in the field, because we're going to see a bit of Wombo Combo finally. It's been a while. Thinking of what to add at this point. I think it's probably Lizard, because I think you get a scale of 1 and 6 like that. Because he's already used Turtle this game, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, okay, right, yeah. Oh, you get Crobat first and then you get Lizard. That makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. Pendulum Summon. I think that's like the first not shit Pendulum Summon we've seen yet, and it's game 3. It's quite funny. So we have multiple options here, obviously. He's probably going to be worried about Valor to an extent, so he needs to play around that correctly. He also has to, like, decide on the wizard effect, which cards to pop. So in the end, he decides to pop 1 scale and then add another wizard and then activate it and then use Lizard Draw's effect to get a draw. Because I'm pretty sure he's trying to go for game this turn. Yeah, that's probably what he's gonna be doing. So Ignister gets made, shuffles away the Mermell, and okay, so he wasn't good for game. Pass the turn. I think Mermell's are low on cards. Like, I think that's 3 cards. Upstart. That's a Mulan Glacier that's dead. And that's gonna be scooping. Moving on to game 4 here. EmEm gonna go first every time. Mermail gonna go second every time. I don't know how people would think about that, but, you know, Mermail, they want to OTK, they need their battle phase. EmEm, they want to set up, they want to make Dweller, they want to make Rafflesia, you know. So yeah, it's pretty standard, I guess. I mean, I'm sure some of you would probably, like, disagree, so I mean, let me know if you do and explain why in the comments perhaps. So again, I think that's yeah, I was gonna say I think that was the 4th Maxi in game 4, like 4 games in a row, but it wasn't actually. It was that was just discarded with Twin Twister. And looks like he's bricked really hard here, because all he did was summon Crobat and set back row and pass. And Mermail's here gonna go in hard, making Herald drop in Mulan Glacier for the rip out of the hand. And, you know, Herald, I guess, for, I mean, no reason not to synchro the Diva and the Atlantean away, since at least it has attack. But anyway, final game here. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of just thinking to myself, like, Mermails are probably, like, going... I mean, I'm just happy to be here in Game 5, you know, in a best of 5, like, Mermail versus EmEm. Like, to be able to make it this far, like, is... I mean, I'm shocked. I mean, I don't know, like, maybe some people probably aren't surprised. But, I mean, I definitely am. I think that, you know, EmEm is a far better deck, and... Oh, Jesus Christ, that is the 5th Max C. No, 4th Max C. So, 4 out of 5 games Max Cs. And that's probably what's, like, got Mermail so far here, is just the hand traps. No real way to, like, play out of that or do anything, really. So, I mean, I guess you just kind of... I mean, I can't think of a reliable way to play through Maxi. Like, you either just have to, like, play through Maxi and kill them, but, I mean, on your first turn, you can play, like... you can play through Maxi and make Dweller, but... making Dweller is sort of pointless if you don't have anything you can do next turn to follow up, really. Yeah. So we just saw a pass. You're gonna see how bad the hand was in this game 5, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. But anyway, Mermail player taking a lot of time to think this playthrough, because there's multiple combos possible, and here you just see the EmEm player is pretty damn bored of his shit, because he's just sitting on Facebook because he's realized he's probably lost this game. The hand is absolutely abysmal. Teus comes out discarding Dragoons. That gets him Turge, and then Dragoons is gonna get let's see, probably Neptibus if he doesn't already have it. I'll get Diva. Okay, cool. So Diva specials at Neptibus, which that sends Dragoons, probably send another Dragoons from deck, I think. I've never really been too into Mermail, so I'm not quite sure about the combos and stuff. I just set this duel up because I thought it'd be interesting to see what it would be like next set. I haven't actually done any testing of these extensively, so apologies if the commentary has been not so insightful, but, you know, I do try my best. I think Neptibus has already sent the Dragoons. I think that's 2 Dragoons in graveyard, and that's a Lin in the graveyard that was discarded off the Twin Twister, sorry. So Megalo comes out and it searches the scale. That lets him attack twice. Megalo summoned out by dropping Turge, discarding Turge and Dragoons, popping that last scale, I think. Megalo effect gets to attack twice now, tributes Neptibus, and I think when Neptibus goes to the grave for the effect of a water monster, it gets the special guy from the graveyard, an Atlantean from graveyard. So attacking, trying to bluff that juggler, but there really isn't anything there. So on 11,000 life points, he probably could have done something, but, you know, with no juggler, that's gonna be game, people. So really surprised again, but like, comment, subscribe as usual. Let me know what you think.
Come, face me, give in to your pride, show me your